So guys, welcome back everyone to Marvel DC Talks and Chatpat Toys review. So guys, finally Flash movie has released and now it's time to review this movie. So before starting this video, if you have not subscribed my channel, subscribe it now. And guys, one thing I'm going to tell you, that disclaimer that these all reviews, the all opinions are my personal, so your opinions can vary. So that I'm saying, so don't take it so much seriously. And second thing, that it will be a spoiler full review, so if you have not watched the movie yet, leave this video now. So now let's get started guys with the video, because I'm very excited. So first, if I talk about that my expectations, my experience with this movie, then I will simply say it is one of the best DC movie ever made. And means not at all that much, means for example Snyder cut Justice League and Dark Knight trilogy, that type greatest movie of all time, it is not guys. That level of movie The Flash is not, but yeah, one of the best movies from DC Studios. Because as you guys know that Shazam Fury of the Gods was a nice movie and I had liked it. So the Flash movie is better than Shazam Fury of the Gods. So yeah, I can say that it is one of the best movies of DCEU. So now if I talk about the overall story of Flash, then I really like the story. Actually the storyline was very nice of this movie. Means it is inspired, halfly inspired from Flashpoint Paradox. That was a super awesome comic book in which, as you guys know, that Flash goes to past and save his mother, and then the timeline became completely changed. The main Batman become Thomas Wayne Batman and Superman become a weak Superman. This changes happen. So in the way, the director obviously Andy Muschietti, he fixed that Flashpoint Paradox story with the DC extended universe. That was very nice and nicely portrayed. And the story of this movie is very nice, the very nice story I think. And it is a balanced movie guys. The story is also very balanced, means it is not at all dark movie nor a funny comedy movie. Two are equal, and many emotional scenes are there, many dark scenes are there that I really liked, and some comedy scenes are also there. So like means the feeling I'm saying that of I can say, for example, take an example of Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, in the last the very sad ending was there, so I became very sad while watching that movie. But when the last scene was very light tone, not at all dark. So this type of this movie, it is means it is not at all much dark also, not much funnier also. A balanced, perfectly balanced movie, and perfect for the character Flash. And guys, now this is the story obviously, that the Flashpoint Paradox, and when now Flash will change the timeline in this movie. Then obviously, as you know, that the Snyder verse, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman and Justice League event became erased, and then the main Batman became the Michael Keaton Batman and Supergirl, and then General Zod attacked the Earth, and then how Flash will again correct the DC universe, will stop this. So the story is that of that movie. So the story is very nice. And guys, if I talk about the fighting scenes, then fighting scenes are nicely crafted. Means the last scene when to Barry Allen, the speedster, that fighting with Zod's army, that was very superb and I really like that. And if I talk about the VFX and CGI, then I really like the VFX of this movie. VFX is very cool, but if I talk about CGI, then the CGI is not at all good, because you guys know that in Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder movie, the scenes were nicely done, the super awesome graphic, super realistic. I'm not saying that this CGI is bad, but still, sometimes if you guys will compare the fight scenes, you can notice them. And if I talk about, guys, some pros and cons of this movie. So first, there are some cons of this movie. So the first con is that I didn't accept, means I accepted too much from this movie, but it has been below expectations of mine. Okay, it's of mine, so your opinions can also vary. So don't hate this video, okay, please. So I thought that there will be many scenes of Ben Affleck's Batman, because as you guys know that Ben Affleck told that it is the last time he is playing Batman and it was the best experience of him. So I thought that so many Batman scenes will be there, Ben Affleck's Batman, but no type of extended cameo was there of Ben Affleck Batman. But yeah, the Ben Affleck's Batman fight scene was really good. That was, I will not say anything. The fight scene, the bat bike, the overall development of Ben Affleck's Batman was really good in this movie. But yeah, that short scenes were there. But yeah, his first fight scene was also nice, and I also like that Gal Gadot Wonder Woman scene. And the second thing that I didn't like, that is the character development. After seeing the trailers, I thought that forget Ben Affleck's Batman, but Michael Keaton's Batman, I thought much development will be there. Supergirl, much development. Still, Michael Keaton's Batman was nicely portrayed and nicely in this movie, but Supergirl means not at all so much developed in this movie. Means she little bit fought with Zod and then Zod killed her. So Supergirl development I didn't like at all. But yeah, Michael Keaton's Batman, okay, its development is also okay, because Michael Keaton in this age he is playing again Batman, and I really 100% liked Michael Keaton's Batman, and his suit also, the classic Batman suit, that I really liked. But yeah, some little bit more developments if it would be there, then it would be much better. But still, I liked Michael Keaton's Batman. So obviously the main Batman of this movie was Michael Keaton's Batman, because as you guys know that when Flash reboots the DC universe after saving his mother, then the main Batman becomes Michael Keaton Batman, and these changes happen. So Michael Keaton Batman I liked in this movie, and I liked him. Seriously, I liked him better than Ben Affleck. I liked him in this movie, guys. And guys, next thing if I talk, then the third thing that is I didn't like in this movie, that is that means the reboot. The reboot is not at all good, guys, in this movie. Means in the last scene, as you guys know, means I thought when the DC will reboot, means everything will be alright. Ezra Miller's Flash will correct all things, but so I thought that in the last, the DC extended universe will convert into DC universe that James Gunn will lead. But what happened in the last, we saw George Clooney's Batman as the main Batman of that universe. So that reboot type I am not liking. And guys, one thing you have remembered, that the Batman Brave and the Bold, that movie James Gunn announced, he told that he will cast a new Batman actor. So those are who are saying that George Clooney appeared in the post-edit scene. So George Clooney, so not post-edit, the ending. So George Clooney will be the main Batman of DC universe. So it will not, guys. But I think George Clooney was only in the ending for a funny comedy scene. I think that's so. Means guys, the DC extended universe, that reboot that happened in this movie, it has no use of James Gunn universe, because guys, James Gunn will cast new Batman obviously. So the reboot, that's why I didn't like that James Gunn universe is haven't seen anything. So how James Gunn told that after this movie his universe will start. So that's why I have a doubt that will be Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom will be canon of DC universe, because guys, as you guys know that in the last scene, the post-edit scene, when Flash does all thing right, but he made a mistake that he put the tomato can means uh, above a shelf. That's why obviously uh, Barry's father become means proved that he didn't kill his wife. So after that, you know that Barry's father being free from jail. So this mistake that he had done in the last part. So in the last, obviously, George Clooney becomes main Batman, and in post-edit scene, as you guys know that Barry Allen was talking with Jason Momoa's Aquaman. So I'm thinking that. So in the last, as you guys know that I told that George Clooney becomes the main Batman, and at the end we saw that Jason Momoa is still the Aquaman of that universe that Barry made a new timeline. So guys, one thing that is means Jason Momoa will be the main Batman of DC universe. Means will the Flash movie will connect with Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom, and if guys the Flash movie is connecting with Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom, then guys obviously Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom will be a part of DC extended universe, not the DC James Gunn universe first. Because we have seen in the end that after Flash reboot, Jason Momoa becomes still the Aquaman, but obviously the problem is that George Clooney is also the main Batman of that universe, and obviously a new Batman actor will be casted. So obviously guys, that universe where George Clooney Batman is there, James Gunn will not continue that universe, and in the ending we saw only that universe. So it is thing of me that Jason Momoa's Aquaman, I think, means that Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom, will not be a part of our new DC universe. So I'm thinking that because it is obviously making sense. So the reboot is not at all good, guys, and I think, guys, if this happened that when Bruce Wayne called Barry and then the face of Bruce Wayne was not shown on that scene, that would be a very nice, because obviously a new actor will be casted for James Gunn DC universe. So if they would not show such a idiot Batman in the credit scene for only a comedy scene, then obviously Jason Momoa would be the main Aquaman of James Gunn universe, and that universe means that Barry Allen Flash created in the end of that movie, that would be continuing. So that was not a good idea, guys. For only a comedy scene, they had wasted it, this reboot. But guys, if I talk about the pros, the cons, I've told that what I didn't like in this movie. But if I talk about the pros, then I will say that the story of this movie is very nice, and the many multiple cameos are in this movie. In many Superman, Supergirl, many different type of universes, and the story of this movie means the Flash went to past and change the future, saving his mother, and then he meets a new Barry Allen that are different from different timeline, and then he gives power to him by shocking the electric, and then Michael Keaton becomes the main Batman, and then Superman didn't existed and Supergirl became there, and then General Zod, they fought with General Zod, fighting scenes, and at the end how Flash write all these things. So the storyline is very nice. Storyline is nicely detailed, and the cameo scenes in little bit scenes that was also very good. Wonder Woman cameo and many cameos obviously. I have liked those. And guys, another thing that I forgot to tell in Cones that I didn't like about this movie, that is a very bad thing, that the Dark Flash character means a shorter time that than Ben Affleck's Batman also. Means what was the means the development of the character in this movie is little bit low, like I told about Supergirl. So with Dark Flash this also happened. The Dark Flash character was also not at all goodly portrayed. First it was seen that Dark Flash pushed Snyderverse Barry Allen to that time, and that means to give him power, and that on the end he appeared, and then he obviously died easily, and he couldn't even did anything to our Barry Allen. So the Dark Flash character is not at all goodly in this movie, means not at all goodly portrayed, so that I didn't like. So the obviously, as you know, that Dark Flash, that was that second Barry Allen from different timeline, but from its future, as you guys know. So that different timelines, Barry Allen future version Dark Flash was. So they could show some more fighting scenes of Dark Flash, but when seriously very short scenes was there of Dark Flash that I didn't like actually. So this is not at all good about this movie. So overall I have told you everything, that the overall movie, my review about this movie. Overall it is little bit somewhat below expectations, that I expected a nice reset of DC Extended Universe and little bit more scenes of Ben Affleck's Batman, Dark Flash, and characters of Supergirl and Michael Keaton Batman is not at all goodly portrayed. But the storyline, the overall, the cameo scenes, the VFX, CGI is very nice. So this is my overall review of this movie. So guys, at the end I'm going to say you guys one thing, that I'm going to show you that this Flash movie is maintaining the canon of Zack Snyder's Justice League, guys. I'm saying it because in this movie we saw Iris West, and who only appeared in Snyder Cut, not Justice League. So this proves that Zack Snyder's Justice League was canon for the Flash. And at the end, guys, I'm going to give you one theory of this means Justice League timeline, Snyder Cut timeline. So actually, guys, the Justice League timeline, if I say, then in the Justice League timeline, that happened: Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Shazam, Suicide Squad 2016, and then Aquaman, Wonder Woman 1984, and those movies, that Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods. These movie, guys, are in Justice League timeline, and in Snyderverse, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman, Snyder Cut, and The Flash. It is my only theory, guys, to divide the two extreme universes, because obviously otherwise if we put all of them in one, then it will be confused, because then it obviously when obviously difficult situation came when Ben Affleck's Batman called Barry Allen. So on that scene many superheroes were present. So why the new superheroes like Shazam, Black Adam, these superheroes didn't came to save the world. Why? Because as you guys know that Shazam is also a superhero and he also saves the world from evils. So why he didn't came on that time? So it is confusing. So that's why, guys, it's my theory to divide the DC extended the old DC universe into two halves. One is Justice League timeline in which the new characters also exist and it will never continue. And Snyderverse timeline, that is Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and The Flash. And overall, if I talk about the rating, then I'm going to give it rating sorry guys, 8.8 stars out of 10 stars I'm going to give it, because though this movie I really liked, one of the best DC movies, the story, the reboots, the cameos, overall I liked, but some things that are below expectations these movie are, I can say. So that's why I gave it little bit low marks, means 8.8 out of 10. So guys, that was our video. Hope you have liked this video, and if you guys want, I can make separate video on that topic that I talk about my theory. Means it's just a fan theory, guys, to divide DC old universe into two halves, because guys, if we put all of these movies in one, then obviously it will be confused that on that the Flash me first that thing happened. So on that time, why sorry while Shazam didn't came, why Black Adam didn't came. So it was my theory that those movies were in the Justice League universe and this Flash movie is only in Snyder Cut universe. And guys, the Flash movie was continuing Snyder Cut, I can say it 100%, because in Justice League Iris West didn't appear. In Snyder Cut only Iris West appeared. So the Flash movie, for the Flash movie at least, Snyder Cut was canon. But for the old movies, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, those were not from Snyderverse universe, those were from the Justice League canon universe. So that was my video, guys, of review of the Flash movie, the every pros, cons, and my overall review. And I know that this video has been very much long, so now I'm going to end this video. Till then, guys, subscribe my channel. Bye bye, goodbye, tada.